Dave Chappelle. What kind of person turns down $50 million, disappears at the peak of fame, and somehow comes back bigger than before? Tonight, we're stepping into the quiet and the chaos of Dave Chappelle, a man who didn't just make people laugh, he made them listen. He was born in Washington, D.C., raised between two worlds, the bustle of the capital and the slow heartbeat of Yellow Springs, Ohio. His parents, William David Chappelle III, a jazz scholar and professor, and Yvonne Sayon, a pioneering academic who once worked with the Congolese government, gave him books, ideas, and backbone. Money? Not much. Noise? Not really. A lot of nights were just a TV glow and a kid figuring out how to make silence laugh. By 12, he was studying the greats, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and by 17, he jumped on a bus to New York with a notebook and nerves of steel. Open mics in sticky basements, names that never got called, long walks home in the cold he kept going. Then came that televised set in the early 90 seconds. The fear fell away, the timing clicked, and the room finally heard him. Now, fast forward, a sketch series explodes. Every week, millions tune in. The jokes cut like truth serum, race, power, hypocrisy, nothing off limits. He's writing, editing, carrying the weight of a movement disguised as a comedy show. And when the spotlight got too hot, he did the unthinkable. He stepped off the stage. The headlines screamed, "Meltdown." But listen closely, this wasn't collapse, it was clarity. He protected the only thing that made the jokes matter, himself. Out in Ohio, he chose breath over buzz. Early mornings, big skies, small shows, real life. And when he came back, he didn't come back hungry for fame, he came back fluent in silence. The specials hit like sermons. The pauses landed heavier than punchlines. Of course, truth doesn't travel without turbulence. When the closer dropped, some called it brave, others harmful. Protests, walkouts, think pieces everywhere. He didn't lash out, he stood still. He kept saying the thing most of us dodge, "I'll tell the truth as I see it." Agree or not, the mission was the same: turn a room full of strangers into a conversation. And woven through that story? Loss, love, and loyalty. His circle got smaller, and then it got sacred. He carried the wisdom of Paul Mooney. He held the laughter of Charlie Murphy. He mourned the kindness of Bob Saget. He honored the courage of Daphne Dorman, not as a headline, but as a friend. Grief didn't silence him, it tuned him. At home, the compass never changed. He married Elaine Mendoza Erfe in 2001. They raised 3 kids, Sulaiman, Ibrahim, and Sanaa, far from the red carpet, close to the dinner table. That was the promise he kept to the boy who once sat in a split home. Laughter doesn't leave these walls. So who is Dave Chappelle at 52? Not a symbol, not a saint, a craftsman. A man who learned that applause fades, but integrity echoes. On a porch in Ohio, coffee in hand, he can hear both the crowd that made him and the quiet that saved him. Here's the real plot twist. Walking away didn't end his story, it gave it a backbone. From D.C. to Yellow Springs, from open mics to cultural earthquake, Dave Chappelle proved that comedy isn't just about getting laughs. It's about risking truth, carrying loss, and coming home with your soul intact. If this journey hit you, if it made you think, pause, or feel tap-like, share this with someone who loves unapologetic storytelling, and subscribe for more stories that don't just entertain, they resonate. Now, what would you walk away from to keep your peace?